Percentage word problems. This is a digital lesson, and this gives students a method for figuring out the answer in percentage word problems. So we're going to start with this formula that we're going to give to the students, and you want to repeat it over and over and over until the students have it memorized. So this is a formula we're going to use for figuring out the missing part of a word problem. We're going to start here with a sentence frame. So this is something else we want to repeat so the students remember that sentence frame. So here we have a word problem. 30% of the students at an assembly are wearing their school t-shirt. If 36 students are wearing their school t-shirts, how many students are at the assembly? Well, if we start with this sentence frame, we've got these two numbers we can move into place. And I show that the two numbers that we know are the percentage here and then the students wearing the t-shirt. On our sentence frame, the easiest thing to do first is to move the percentage into place. So we know it's 30%. So just click and hold on the edge of the text box here and they can move that into place. Now the other two numbers here, the first blank would be the part. That last blank is going to be the whole. They have to remember that, part and whole. So they've got to think about what 36 represents, the part or the whole. Well, we know that 36 are part of the students in the assembly. We need to know the total number. So that 36 goes in that first blank. Which one is the part? Which one is the whole? And we're going to repeat this on the next slide. 36 is 30%. And again, they're going to move these into place. 36 is 30% of. We want to know the of. So because we don't know it, we're going to give it a variable. It's an unknown number. Now we're going to take the numbers from the sentence frame and we want to place them into our formula. Is over of equals percent over 100. So here is over of. Is the number that's next to that word is. 36 is over of. Of we don't know, so we're going to put our variable there. And this is where our percentage would go, percent over 100. So this would be 30. Now we've got all the numbers placed correctly in our formula. And we're just going to cross multiply and solve for x. So 36 times 100 equals 30 times x, and here we get 3,600 equals 30x. I'm going to divide both sides by 30, and I get x equals 120. So now I've solved my first word problem. If x is 120, that means there are 120 students at the assembly. Let's look at the next word problem. Joel's making monthly payments to his dad to pay for his new drum set. He's already paid $625, which is 25% of the total cost. What is the total cost of the drum set? Well, again, we're going to start with our sentence frame. We're going to place these numbers in the correct place. And again, the percentage is the easiest number to place. So let's just do that first, and then we'll see what's left. 25%. Now remember, the first blank is the part, the last blank would be the whole. We're looking for the total cost, so we're looking for the unknown, the whole. 625 is just part of the whole. That's the amount of money he's paid so far, but we want to find out what the total that he's going to have to pay. So I'm going to repeat this again on the next slide. 625 is, whoops, that's 25%. 625, and again, we're going to just click and hold on the edge, and you can move that into place. Is 25% of, we don't know. We want to know the total cost. So we're going to place our variable there. And again, now we're going to use our formula. Is over of equals percent over 100. Well, again, the percentage is the easiest one to place. So let's just go ahead and place the percentage. Then we have is over of. Is our first number. Of is the x. Now we have our equation. We can solve for x. I'm going to repeat again on the next slide. So 625 over x. And this time we're just going to type it. 625 over x equals 25 over 100. And I'm just going to go back and make sure that's correct. Okay, that's correct. Now we're going to they can use scratch paper here and they can solve for x. So 25 times x equals 625 times 100. If they do the math here, they're going to figure out the answer. They're going to place it here. The total cost of the drum set would be whatever x equals. And they've got 2 more word problems, actually 3 more word problems. There's 5 altogether. So they're going to do the same thing with the next one. And the next one. And then when they get to number 5, it's a little bit more tricky because here you're going to look for the total number of students in the class, but that's not what the question is asking. So when they get down here, you have the total number of students in the class, but what they're asking for is how many students did not receive an A. You know that 3 did, so when you find out how many students in the class, you can subtract that 3 from the total. So they have to do a little bit more thinking on that last one. So they get a little great job at the end. So this is percentage word problems, a digital lesson.